Sarah Boone wants a neuropsychologist. Let's get into it. Motion for payment of costs and appointing neuropsychologist to assist the defendant in preparation of the defense. Comes now the defendant Sarah Boone, by way of pro se, respectfully moves this honorable court to enter an order authorizing the state of Florida to incur costs of the following discovery expenses. Reasonable fees for a neuropsychologist. These services include the reviewing of documents, physical evidence, writing of reports, travel, and trial testimony. As grounds, the defendant states the following. Defendant is charged with second-degree murder. Defendant has been adjudged indigent for cost. Defendant has no income and cannot afford the services of a neuropsychologist. A genuine issue exists related to this case, which will require the assistance of an expert witness in the field of neuropsychology. She does say why in a bit. Defendant is without funds and does not have the ability to pay the costs associated with an expert witness to assist in the defense of this matter. Therefore, she requires the assistance of the state of Florida to guarantee protection of her right to the process and effective assistance of counsel. Counsel has contacted neuropsychologist Dr. Hyman Eisenstein. Now, I want to be very clear. When I first read this, I was tired. I was just briefly reading through. I thought it said Hyman Einstein, and I'm like, oh no, someone's trolling her. Defendant intends to engage the services of Dr. Hyman Eisenstein. Dr. Hyman Eisenstein graduated from the University of Chicago Division of the Biological Sciences, the Pritzker School of Medicine in 1982. He works in Miami Beach, Florida, specializing in psychology. Defendant seeks permission to allocate funds for Dr. Hyman Eisenstein's services at a rate of $300 per hour for all work performed on the case, except travel time billed at $125 per hour with an initial cap of $15,000, plus reimbursement for all reasonable and necessary related expenses, including but not limited to travel expenses, lodging, meals, mileage, postage, shipping, and document reproduction, and is a service provider with the JAC. Defendant cannot properly prepare for trial until expert analysis is complete. The defendant has attempted to request this evaluation through her previous appointed attorneys without success based on several factors, to include the attorney not being able to locate the proper specialist in the field of neuropsychology, the willingness of the neuropsychologist to work the case, and the authorization of the JAC to pay for said neuropsychologist. Defendant believes that the pattern of behavior stems from a lifetime of mental and physical abuse, and believes that she cannot have a proper defense without neuropsychologists who can evaluate her exposure to this trauma. So she's going with like battered wife stuff. Neuropsychologists specialize in understanding the relationship between the brain and behavior. Given the complexity of the defendant's mental health history, it is critical to assess her cognitive functioning and mental state to determine how these factors may have influenced her actions. Wherefore, the defendant, Sarah Boone, by way of pro se, respectfully requests to his honorable court in conclusion for payment of costs and appointing neuropsychologists to assist in the defendant in preparation of the defense. Now, after that, it's just going to be the normal oath, certificate of service. There's nothing special there. So yeah, she wants a neuropsychologist. She'll probably get it, I would assume, but this is what is now her newest letter.